Well, hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Ladies Listen Up. Today, we're actually in the episode of Ladies and Gents Listen Up. Woo! Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share this information with somebody else. Today, I have a topic for you. You're going to want to wait to the end. I have a topic for you. You're going to say, Dr. Liz, what does this have to do with my money? We're talking about sexual desire. We're talking about sexual transmutation. What does that have to do with my money? Stick around to the end, and I'll let you know. Let's go into Grandma's cookie jar and see what Grandma's cookie jar got in here for us today. Ooh, kind of funny, a little ironic. It says, be the person who always wears a smile. Let's see how we're going to tie that into our topic for today. But see, the reason, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share this information with somebody else. You're going to want to nudge your sister girl today for sure and say, come on over. Getting ready to call out the website. Oasis Wellness of Life. Man, they're talking about some hot stuff over there that's going to help us to get a grip on our money. What does this have to do with it? I'm going to tell you right now. But before I tell you, I'm going to have to take a big sip today. It's a big go. Ooh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Well, alrighty. So why am I talking about sexual transmutation of energy? Wow, because energy is so important. It is extremely important. And over here at Oasis Wellness of Life, we are talking about the full picture, right? In order for us to get the results that we are desiring to get with our money and with other areas of our life, we have to understand the whole picture. See, sometimes we go have, I'm not going to say the word, but we go have blankety blank at doing things, and we don't jump all the way in and put everything that we have into something. Have you ever just stopped and said, I'm going to give this all that I have? No matter, I'm going to give this whatever amount of time. It might be a short amount of time, but I'm going to give it all that I have because I believe in it and I know that this is the desired result. So I can pull back. I can suffer for a little while. I can do all these things to get that result, that desired result. Desired result. So my desired result is financial freedom. I'm saying to myself, enough is enough. I am tired of being tired. And if you feel the same way, then the Smart Money Circle can help you get there because we've vetted out platforms that have helped us to start building this diverse asset portfolio, but not just building it. Pump the brakes on that. Not just building it, but understanding it. Because look, when you made your first million, that may be the hard climb. But once you got it, once you teach somebody how to fish, once they learn how to fish, then no matter what, you can always do it again, right? But if I just give it to you, you don't know how you got it. So if somebody takes it away or you lose it, you'll never know how to get it back. So we're talking about from a smart point of view or perspective. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that oftentimes we don't talk about because we don't even understand it. I didn't understand it. So we're going to learn this together. I read about it, in a book that I read years ago, and we're going to start putting some book lists together so that we can start educating ourselves, personal development in our books. But that's with the new channel that we're going to launch very, very shortly. And I'm not going to tell you anything more about it, but you're going to be so excited because it's going to help you with all of this personal and professional development because it takes that. Even if you're not running a business, but you're running your household, it's still a business. Everything is a business. Everything is somebody's last name making some money off of some type of, product or service. So we get that in our head and say, okay, I want to be on this side of the cash register versus on the other side or the merchant machine. I want to be the one swiping the card, not swiping my card. When we get that in our heads, we'll start to make some progress. So let's get on into this because we got quite a bit to cover. This is an article by, I'm going to hopefully pronounce his name right, but you all know me and names, and Anoop Abraham, Anoop Abraham from the Soul Jam. Thank you so much for this article because it is jam-packed. So I'm just going to read, where my sexy specs? I'm going to read some of this to you, and we're going to talk about it a little bit, then we're going to get on about our business. So again, we're on this 60-day run to make sure that the end of 2022 is just absolutely unrecognizable, as Lisa Nichols said. We want to make sure that we don't start our New Year's resolutions off in the hole, I guess, if you will, right? On the down slope. We want it on the up slope. So we can say, man, we did it in 2022. So here we go. Let's put on the sexy specs. Let's see if we can get the sexy specs on here. And let's get on into this, okay? Sex desire is the most powerful of human desires. When driven by this desire, men develop keenness of imagination, courage, willpower, persistence, and creative ability unknown to them at other times. So strong and impelling is the desire for sexual contact that men freely run the risk of life and reputation to indulge in it. When harnessed and redirected along other lines, this motivating force maintains all of its attributes of keenness of imagination, courage, etc., which may be used as powerful creative forces in literature, art, or in any other profession or calling, including, of course, the accumulation of riches. That's the point right there. We're talking about accumulating assets, right? Like, lady, you have went all around the mulberry bush to get to this point. But again, we're talking about creating a diverse asset portfolio, but we're talking about getting rid of some of our stuff, our mindset, how we normally would do things. Because if we keep doing the same thing, we're going to keep getting the same result. We want a different result. How to transmute sexual energy. Transmuting your sexual energy at its most potent form involves abstaining from all sexual activity or content, whether it is sex, masturbation, or pornography, or harnessing this energy for other endeavors. So we're going to harness that energy, like with pro players, they have to abstain in order to be at their highest level of proficiency when they're playing the game, right? So what we're hearing here is that we can do the same thing in our everyday life if we're looking to obtain a certain result at something. So therefore, once we learn how to harness it, and once we learn how to put it in our favor, make it go in our favor, then that means that we can get the desired results, right? Nothing can stop us, right? So let's go here for, you must understand that transmuting sexual energy has nothing to do with representing or fighting this energy, right? Repressing or fighting the energy, which is unwise and unadvisable or not advisable. Trying to repress this energy will lead only to frustration, okay? A river may be dammed and its water controlled for a time, but eventually it will force an outlet. The same is true for the emotion of sex. If it is not transmuted into some creative effort, it will find a less positive, less productive outlet. So again, we have to know that we know that we know that we have the power, we have the control. Channeling your sexual energy towards your goals and creative pursuits is the key. And this concept or precept came from Napoleon Hill, right? And I believe it was I can't remember the year, but we'll talk about his book in an upcoming episode as well. Energy cannot be destroyed. In the case of men, when semen is restrained, it is absorbed back into the body to nourish the higher energy centers, nervous system, and the brain. While undertaking the process of transmuting your sexual energy, it is highly recommended to complement it with a practice of daily physical exercise like yoga or exercising, right? And that's very true. Yeah, doing your exercises or making sure that you redirect that energy. In this case, we're talking about now helping us to accumulate our wealth or to accumulate our assets. So we're going to harness that power and put it into that positive direction. Doing this will ensure that sexual energy circulates upward and does not remain concentrated in the sex or in the genital area, in which cases, sexual urges can get stronger. Some other practices for raising and circulating the sexual energy upward include deep breathing. We know that's very good and healthy for us. Yoga technique. What else is there? Visualization also. Sometimes I say that it's really wise to take ourselves on a 5-minute vacation just to kind of close down everything and just breathe, because everything is always busy going around us. And if we don't start to, meditate and do those other healthy practices, we can really be on edge all the time. I think that's why people are doing, they have these what is it, when you're road raging, they do this road raging because you got all these negatives coming at you all the time, and all this high energy stuff coming at you all the time, and it's like, okay, whew, I gotta breathe, right? So this is a great thing, right? Which sexual energy is powerful and precious? No, I'm sorry. Why? Not which. Why? Why sexual energy is powerful and precious? The vital essence in sexual fluid contains a high concentration of prana. The power therein can be used to enhance physical health, mental vitality, creativity, and spiritual development. The ancient Eastern cultures recognizes a subtle, invisible form of energy that permeates all things in nature. Okay, let's go down to some other. Okay, Western medicine says that semen has over 200 different proteins, vitamins, minerals, and amino acids. It's a treasure chest of nutrients that the body and the mind needs to perform at its best. By this measure, semen is even more precious than blood. You know what? That's, an opinion there, okay? Everything is about the blood. But anyhow, we're going to keep going. Today, well, we're not going to endorse a community or anything like that. I just want us to get down to the nuts and bolts of how we transmute this sexual energy to our positive when we're talking about to our assets. So in 2011, Alexander Rose, a young programmer in the U.S., came across a study on the web, which revealed that men who refrained from masturbation for 7 days experienced a 45.7% spike in testosterone levels on the 7th day. That's a lot of power, a lot of power. Okay, let's go down a little bit more. There is a community where there's over 600,000 members, and about 5% of its members are women. So we're looking, as women, we're looking for the answers as well, right? Some of the benefits most commonly reported by its members, and one of those benefits, or some of those benefits, include increased energy, improved mood, increase in motivation, boost in confidence and courage, more willpower, more focus and mental clarity, enhanced creativity, enhanced self-awareness, increase in testosterone for men, better self-control and discipline, deeper meditations, and better singing voices. As a singer said, that they're not kidding, the person that wrote this article, Mr. Abraham. Okay, so we're not really reporting on his specific personal what have you. Okay, so anyhow, for women, a couple of people whom took up the practice of sexual transmutation began experiencing some of the benefits, like increased motivation and more energy in less than 10 days. So, I mean, this is something though. When they talk about transmuting that energy into, mindfully or intentionally and purposefully transmuting that energy. So just really, I think one of the things today, our session is more about awareness, or conversation is more about awareness. And so once we're aware of it, then we say, wow, there's more to this than just, just putting pen to paper. It's actually executing and doing some things. We talked about sacrificing, right? So if we take a set amount of time Just like the sun, if we focus that sun, focus that energy, focus that heat, we can tear up something, right? It can burn up something. But if you spread it out, then it's not as potent. So we're talking about the potency and a made-up mind. We talked about the mindset, a made-up mind to say, this is what I'm going to do for this set amount of time, and these are the results that I'm going to attain. So what are the steps that I need to do to get these results, right? We're talking about increasing or either building. We're talking about setting a foundation for a diverse asset portfolio. Like, wow, never even thought of it that way. So hopefully today's conversation will bring that awareness, and you can go and look up, additional information about how I can transmute my sexual energy into something so powerful that actually makes a difference and change my life. What a story, right? What a story. So talk about a couple of famous people who practice sexual transmutation. Some of the famous people include Mahatma Gandhi. Wow, amazing. Some of the people who practice sexual transmutation are some of the most famous figures throughout history. Our list includes the greatest philosophers, athletes, businessmen, politicians, writers, artists, musicians, investors, and scientists of all kinds. And we talked about Mahatma Gandhi, okay? Well aware of the power of conserving one's vital energies, Gandhi took a vow of celibacy in 1906 when he was 38 years old. Okay? Incredibly candid in his books and writings on the subject of sex transmutation, he penned, one who conserves his vital fluids acquires unfailing power. That was Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs' former girlfriend revealed in her book, The Bite in the Apple, that Jobs would channel his sexual energy towards his work and didn't want to climax to build power and wealth he used his power and his wealth by conserving his vital energy. So this is why Ali's world reported to go up to 2 months without climaxing in preparation for a fight. And they said that can be read in his autobiography. He narrates a quote from Olympic boxer coach Harry Wiley. There's a kid just come down here named Clay. Cassius Clay was Muhammad Ali. Ali's name before he converted it to Islam. If you bet on him every time he fights, you'll be a rich man because he won't lose a single fight. I believe his thing is sexual control, and he's got it. Any kid who can control it can win the title. I believe it. Then the next one is Sir Isaac Newton, widely recognized as one of the most influential scientists of all time. Newton willingly remained celibate for his entire life. He said that the way to chastity is not a struggle directly with incontinent thoughts, but to avert your thoughts with some other employment by reading, meditating on other things, or by converse. For he who is willing is always thinking of chastity, will always be thinking of women. Okay, well, all right then. So there's more here, more and more. Sir Winston Churchill is one. Oh, Miles Davis, one of the biggest names in jazz history and voted as the greatest jazz artist of all time. Miles Davis was vocal about the importance of conserving one's sexual energy. You can't, okay, here we go, adult content today. You can't come, then fight or play. You can't do it. When I get ready to come, I come, but I do not come and play jazz. You give up all your energy when you come. I mean, you give it all up. Wow. Special mentions. Leonardo DiCaprio and Michelangelo were both single and remained celibate. I'm sorry. Did I said Leonardo DiCaprio. Lord have mercy, forgive me. I meant Leonardo da Vinci. and Michelangelo were both single and remained celibate their entire life and channeled their sexual energy into their spectacular artistic creations. One of the most one of the main factors responsible for massively depleting sexual energy on the planet today is undoubtedly pornography. Three of the top 20 sites in the world are porn sites. Porn sites even receive more regular traffic, get this, than Netflix, Amazon, and Twitter combined each month. Wow. There is wow, 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 wow. This is enlightening to me as well to, just really understand. And oftentimes I don't go over the information prior to because I want to make sure that you get my un what do you call it, unfiltered reaction to this, because I want it to be as real as possible. So man, I'm learning along the way with you all, and I think this is just fantastic to understand this. Contrary to popular perception, porn is not something consumed by men alone. The most visited porn sites release data reveals that close to 30% of its viewers are women. Now, most people may believe that as long as you are not addicted, occasionally watching porn may be completely harmless actively or even something completely natural. But countless studies and research on the effects of watching porn on the brain tells a different story. Studies indicate that porn rewires the brain, making it less connected and less active. It has correlated with erosion of the prefrontal cortex, the region of the brain responsible for functions like willpower and impulse control. Porn use also leads to unnaturally high levels of dopamine secreted or secretion. These are neurotransmitters linked to motivation, rising to around 200% of what is normal. This can damage the brain's reward system and lead to lack of motivation. Wow, that's deep. That is deep. Okay. Wow. So man, this is just an amazing, amazing article. And I just wanted to bring it just to see if there was anything here, anything else that we need to understand. Okay. So here's one more. Here's a myth. It says orgasm and ejaculation occurs simultaneously. Though they happen very closely together in time, orgasm and ejaculation are two separate processes. You can conserve your sexual energy during sex by teaching yourself to orgasm without ejaculating and directing the sexual energy upward to the higher chakra central in the body instead of letting your semen flow. This is an ancient technique known as ejaculation practices. Well, this goes into tantra sex practitioners for the millenniums, which allows men to experience multiple orgasms. For more information, it talks about where to do this or where to go. So the final thoughts on this article is that, I'm going to go here where it talks a little bit about, just wanted to skim the article a little bit. It talks about transmutation of sexual energy calls for more willpower than the average person cares to use for this purpose. Though this requires willpower, the reward of the practice is more than worth the effect. So just, man, that was an amazing article. I enjoyed this immensely because, like I said, I am on this 60 days to the end of the year, which we have less than that now, to make a huge difference in my financial portfolio. And I believe that, I believe that it's worth it. I totally believe that it's worth it. And, for, being able to have a positive outcome and a positive outlook on it. So don't be shy. Put your comments below and let's have a discussion. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share this information with somebody else. I'm sure today's topic is going to raise some eyebrows. But guess what? Hopefully it'll bring some awareness that we do have control, that we can make a difference. Don't forget to listen, lean, and learn from this. Listen, lean, and learn. this sexual mutation of energy. I better get started right away. Listen, learn, and leverage the information. Don't forget again to like, share, and subscribe. Share this information with somebody else. Let them know we're having a ball over here at Oasis Wellness of Life. Alrighty, bye for now. Stay fearless.